Hey guys, Tobin here with Planet Cyclery. Today we are unveiling Cannondale's latest SuperSix EVO. If you are at all familiar with the previous models of the SuperSix, you'll notice right away that there are quite a few changes. The purpose was to build the fastest, most appealing, most capable lightweight road bike, and I think that they have accomplished this. The first thing I thought of when I saw this bike was this would be what you get if you cross their System 6 aero frame set with their newly released Topstone Carbon, and that's pretty much what it is. They designed the bike to be faster than their previous models while still being able to increase the smooth comfort ride, and you'll see right away that once we get into some of the other details of the frame set, that it's going to appeal to a much broader audience. Now, this is a race bike, and it takes a lot of the features from their Aero System 6 frame set. Most notably, they've gone away from the round tube set for a more aerofoil aerodynamic tube set. This allowed them to not only shave a little bit of weight, increase the stiffness, but also reduce the wind drag by 30%. This, coupled with a few other integrated design features, leads to simply a noticeably faster bike. So the first thing you'll notice here is the aerodynamic head tube, and not only is the frontal surface area aerodynamic, but it also allows for you to hide the hydraulic brake cables in the front of the head tube. Comes down the fork to flat mount brakes, both front and rear. The rear cable goes down through the down tube and out the seat stay for a really clean aesthetic look, as well as a little bit better aerodynamics. You also have the hologram integrated stem and handlebar. It's a little bit different than the round clamping style that we're used to seeing on bikes, but again, this leads to being able to hide the cable routing. Now this particular model is the Shimano Dura-Ace mechanical version, so you've got the derailleur cables that go through here to this switch plate. If you're running Di2, the cables are going to mirror the hydraulic cables and go in the front of the stem down to this switch plate will then act as the Dura-Ace, or excuse me, the Di2 junction box. If you're running ETAP, obviously there's not going to be any additional cabling there. So very clean aesthetic. As you get down through the frame set, you've got the water bottle, two water bottle mounts. One, noticeably the one on the down tube has two different positions. That's going to allow you to, if you want to run two water bottles, you'd have to use the upper two mounts. If you want to use one for more aerodynamics, you can move it down just a little bit there. The high modulus models do come with the power to max power meter, and this is a fee activated power meter that allows you to basically get into the power meter game at a much lower price point than if you try to add it aftermarket with some other brand of power meter. As we get towards the back of the bike, you'll see noticeably design changes here. The lower seat stays, the shape, the aero shape of the tube set here, the flattening out down towards the bottom bracket. You've got a D-shaped seat post, all leading to a better compliance and a more comfortable ride while still being aerodynamic. The actual seat binder is hidden underneath here with just a single bolt and a wedge inside the frame set, so you have better aerodynamics as well as a little bit more compliance. On this particular model, it comes with the hologram 45 knot wheel set with speed release axles. That basically allows you to loosen up the axle and drop the wheels out for a quick change without taking the axle all the way out. You can see that there's about a 45 millimeter deep dish for the aerodynamics, as well as a wider internal diameter, which really makes the profile of the tire flatten out nicely. This is a 25, looks a little bit more like a 28. Cannondale does say that you can fit up to a 30 millimeter tire with 6 millimeters of clearance on each side of the frame and fork. So depending on the tire brand or model, you can probably play with the tire sizing a little bit. All of this leads to an incredibly efficient, comfortable ride. Over the last couple of weeks, the guys around here are tired of hearing me talk about how impressed I am. When you get on the bike, you notice an immediate power transfer. It's very stiff, but at the same time, it's very compliant during the ride. You never feel like you're getting fatigued from road vibration, but you can also get in the drops and hammer and never feel like you're losing any power due to it being flexy or noodly at all. As I mentioned before, there's several different options, 11 different frame sets and configurations, starting with the flagship, starting at $10,500. That comes with the Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 group, power meter as I mentioned before, all the way down to a mechanical 105 build at $2,200, which I think is exceptionally priced for all of the design features that you get out of this frame set, give you the ability to upgrade and change things as needed. My personal favorite, I think, was probably the E-Tap version. Again, because of the aesthetics, you're not going to have any additional cabling here, as well as just the smooth, reliable shifting of the SRAM E-Tap. So if you want to learn more about the latest version of the SuperSix EVO, check our website for more details. Give us a call down at the shop. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter, our Facebook, our Instagram page. Remember, pedal the planet.